Our home is everything. It's where we shelter from the world and learn about life. We create the story of ourselves in our home, and it's a link that connects us to others and the world. So today we're going to talk about why we need to make our home our first priority. First, everything in your life stems from the state of your home. Think of all the things that set you up for a good day. Nourishing food, clean clothes, a peaceful environment, good relationships with the people that we share our home with. If these things are functioning well, it makes life go a lot better. On the opposite end of things, if things are in disarray and nothing is getting taken care of, or if they are, it's done with little to no care, it'll not only put stumbling blocks in your way, but can also negatively impact your mental health. Research has found that a messy and chaotic home can lead to worsening well-being. A 2020 study found that both adults and kids who lived in disorganized and messy households were more likely to experience depression and have cognitive problems and behavioral problems. It was also linked to a much higher level of conflict in the home. Of course, having areas of our home that get messy from time to time happens to all of us, especially when our schedules get very busy and chores tend to pile up. The issues tend to arise when you have things like dishes not being done for days on end, and it can overwhelm us and impact our mood negatively. So tidying things up, even in small ways, can be very beneficial. It can improve your mood when you're enjoying the results of the fruits of your labor, and it'll help give you a serotonin boost. And please don't think that cleaning out a drawer or a closet is anything trivial, because it is not. It makes you feel like you have control over certain aspects of your life. And then as you continue to do it and tackle other areas of your home, that motivation will inspire you to take control and tame other areas of your life as well. So good things can come of it. Secondly, so many people look for satisfaction and validation outside their home. But when we make our home life come first, it has a tremendous impact on ourselves and everyone that we share our space with. Putting our home first draws people together, and think of a table that's nicely set. It encourages us to linger and have conversation with each other. The environment that we grew up in shapes who we are, and then we shape our current home to reflect who we've become. And our home has a big impact on our health because it's where we prepare food, where we sleep. Our home helps us create the story of ourselves, helps us understand where we are in time and where we fit in the world. It's the launching pad from which we start our day. Another good reason to focus on your home is that the world can be a little bit of an uncertain place with a lot of unexpected surprises. And it's good to prepare for certain basic things. And though it's impossible to prepare for everything that could happen, it's nice to have a few things locked down, like a stocked pantry. And this was something that actually helped us right before Christmas. Because before Christmas in our area of Western Canada, we experienced a sugar shortage for several weeks. It was actually more of a sugar outage because we couldn't find it anywhere in any store whatsoever. And luckily, we had some put away, so I was able to do baking for the guests that we had uninterrupted. Now, if this shortage had continued for an extended period of time, then I would have looked at other options, like maybe buying cake mixes or things that already had sugar incorporated into it, but I didn't have to do that because I was prepared for that. I was able to just carry on as if nothing was happening. And keeping a running supply of things you use on a regular basis is handy because if you have an unforeseen expense, then you can funnel those resources where you need it and you don't have to be spending it on other things that you would normally use. Lastly, if we want to become better people, bring better things into your home. And I don't mean an expensive Scandinavian dining table or a Tiffany lamp. I mean things that help you learn and grow and build connection and positivity into your life. A few years ago, we were talking with a friend of ours, and he said that he went over to the home of an acquaintance of his to pick up some paperwork. And he was invited to sit in the living room to wait while the person went and got the things that he needed. And while he was waiting, he noticed that there were some bookshelves in the living room. And on the bookshelves, there was a huge collection of just about every single horror movie ever made. And just judging by the sheer number of movies that there were, it was clearly more than just a passing hobby. And the thing is you can only wonder what consuming that type of content on a regular basis does to your psyche. I would just imagine that watching that kind of thing all the time would just make the world seem so incredibly bleak. And what I think a lot of us discount sometimes is that what enters into our mind through our eyes tends to stay in our brain for an extended period of time. And even if we find this type of thing entertaining sometimes, the question I would ask myself is, at the end of it, do I feel inspired or encouraged to do something fabulous? And the answer for me at least is no. So it's good to make your home a true thing of beauty where you're striving to align yourself with the highest possible good and bringing things into your home, that inspiring books and movies and art and poetry, things to help you stretch your mind. Bring things that are alive into your home, whether it's pets or houseplants. Welcome guests into your home. Invite them in for a cup of coffee and some good conversation. Show them some warm hospitality. Next, if you have a family, beautify your home with the relationships with the people that you share your living space with. When a family shares principles and values, they grow together. When they share what's on their mind, share memories, talk about meaningful issues, that home becomes alive and it takes on this amazing energy that is so incredibly beautiful. Now, there are lots of ways to beautify our home via the things that we choose to put in it, whether it's furniture or artwork or decorative items. And I love that as well. And it's something that we should make time for and foster to the best of our ability. All these things make our home feel comfortable and help it feel more like a haven. But the real charm and allurement and exquisite beauty of a home is the life within it and the spiritual warmth that it fosters. If you have a family, talk to them about our responsibilities towards others if we're going to be virtuous people. What does that look like? Because this needs to be an example at home, because if we can't create amiability and compromise and working together with the people that we live with, how can we expect our children to go out into the world and create it out there? And if you can do this, however imperfectly, because none of us are perfect, our children will remember our home as a place of warmth and comfort where disagreements could be worked out, where there's compromise, where there's things to be learned and skills to be shared, and they can take that into the world and become balanced adults and human beings who function well in society. And it may take some time, but most kids remember the lessons that they learned in their home growing up, and when they're adults, they will likely go out and create a similar type of home for themselves as well. I will admit that when I meet somebody who is really into taking care of their home, I get excited because I want to know, what are they doing to cultivate themselves and those that they live with? What goals are they working towards? What skills are they passing on to other people? What are they growing in their garden? What are their favorite meals right now? What celebrations are they planning or looking forward to bring joy to those around them? This is the stuff of life and what creates balanced people and a balanced society. So don't underestimate the value of the work you do at home to make it the best you can possibly make it. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you in the next one.